Hi Rupali, how are you?
Hey, hi Shashi. Very good morning. I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for being here on this live session. Hi, hello everyone. Happy morning. And it's really amazing to each one of you to bring more number of experts from different industry. And today I have a wonderful person, one another expert in this show with us, which is Limitless Life Insight with Rupali Goyal. She is a healer and a law of attraction coach. And you know what? She is on a mission to help women achieve emotional freedom through the techniques of Ho'oponopono and EFT to become the best version of themselves and achieve all their dreams. How many of you would be really interested in that, right? I know, like we all wanted to get that freedom from inside because that's one thing that we all thrive for. And of course, Rupali is an expert on that. So today we will quickly jump on understanding few insights from her. And I'm sure if you want more questions to be answered, please follow her and start DMing so that she is always there to help. Thank you so much, Rupali, for being here. Rupali, I have
Thanks, Shashi.
welcome. Rupali, I have this, small question. Many times people ask me this question like, I don't believe in law of attraction because I think somewhere it's not working for me. What would be your
Yes.
answer for that?
Yeah. So, Shashi, yeah, that's a very good question because even I keep getting in my tribe. And the thing which I tell to people is that these are laws. Whether you believe in them or you do not believe, they still work. And I always like to give this example of law of gravity,
Okay.
right? The moment you throw something, it has to fall down. That is the law, and nobody can deny that law. Same thing, these are the laws and principles through which the whole universe is governed. So,
Mm.
law of attraction is nothing but we keep attracting things in our lives based on who we are. So
Mm.
now it's up to us, like, whether we are vibrating at a positive frequency or a negative frequency. So the
Mm.
law is anyways working,
Mm.
whether the person is practicing law of attraction based on their belief system, based on their thought process, their feelings, the actions they are taking, or the actions which they are not taking, right? Any which ways, the law of attraction is always working for them. So it's always good to align with the laws so that we can help them work in our favor and not against us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, that's really amazing. Yes, because even though we believe it or not, it's going to happen what is going to happen. So we have no choice, and it's better to understand and start implementing things, right? Amazing.
exactly.
Rupali, if if a person is a beginner and maybe like not much awareness about law of attraction, what is that few things that you wanted to suggest them, like this is how you start connecting with the universe, start manifesting things in your life? So what would be those kind of suggestions that you would give?
Yeah. So, Shashi, I would, encourage people to start working on themselves
Mm.
because for anything to work outside, the
Mm.
first person who needs to work is yourself. And before even getting into manifestation, as I'm into healing space, so I always tell people to heal themselves in the
Okay.
sense in life we go through a lot of things, right? There are a lot of emotions, there are a lot of negative experiences which we keep to ourselves and which we are not able to, uh, throw it out of our system the way we want, right? We suppress a lot of feelings.
Mm.
And people directly jump into practicing law of attraction, practicing certain techniques, which definitely will not work unless and until they heal themselves. And what I mean by healing themselves is trying to figure out that what are their own belief system, what are their feelings which are, pressing them or making them underconfident or uh, making them feel low. Because once you start feeling yourself, the law of attraction automatically start working. It's like before healing, the law of attraction cannot work. The example which I always like to give to ladies, especially, that whenever you put a makeup on your face, do you wash your face or you just put up the makeup? We always wash our face, clean our face so that whatever we are putting on our face, it comes out beautifully. Yeah. Same thing happens with healing and law of attraction, that unless your vibrations, unless your thoughts and feelings are aligned, if
Mm.
you are having negative feelings, obviously the law of attraction will work against you. So the
Mm,
first step is healing.
mm,
Once you heal, once you come in the equilibrium of the universe, once you come in a balanced state, and then when you start. So as a beginner, I would always encourage people to see what are those limiting beliefs, what are those feelings which are pulling them down, work on them,
mm.
right? And then start using the technique.
Okay, amazing, amazing. I really like that analogy of, like, before putting the makeup, of course, we clean the face, and it's like, clearing up the existing thing, and then we are starting afresh, which is a nice analogy also. It's very connecting. Amazing. But can I ask you personally this question, Rupali, if you don't mind? Where was that, starting point of belief that in your life has started, that yeah, law of attraction is working, I should start practicing this more? And of course, I know for the fact, over the years, over, every incidences, and you started believing so much that you are actually coaching this to many people. It's not a small thing. So where was that seed has started, and what were your achievements through this journey?
Thanks for asking that question, Shashi. This is so close to my heart. And if I have to tell you, I started law of attraction at the age of 22 without even reading any book, and I have put it on my YouTube channel as well. So I'm into IT industry, and so when I was doing my masters in computers application, my dream was to get into a job like any other person, right, who is aspiring to be working professional. So you will not believe, like, so I was giving the interviews. There were 4 to 5 interviews which I could not get selected, like because I was just starting. I was in my fifth semester,
Mm,
and it was a process when the companies started coming to our campus,
mm.
and it was a trial method. Like we just keep trying till we get there. But
Okay.
there was a point in my life when after not getting qualified for the fifth interview,
Mm,
I came home and I was like in tears. I was feeling something that, I deserve to be there, but what is that stopping me and I'm not getting there?
mm,
But I didn't discuss this thing with anybody, nor even my parents. What
mm.
I did was I just brought a sheet of paper. I
Okay.
drew everything, whatever I wanted.
Mm,
And I don't know, I was into reading, but I never understood that, this is law of attraction. I
mm,
just wrote, okay, this is my dream company. This is me working here as a manager. And I just wrote there manager. And today I'm working as a program manager. So,
wow.
I mean,
Mm,
I just put it, and you will not believe, within 2 months, I got the offer from the company.
mm,
And before even coming out of the college, I was having the offer letter. And that gave me a belief that it is all about our own inner feelings,
mm,
our own thoughts. And then I started putting it across for many other things in my life, like traveling to US. I wanted to go to US from my company. That was on my dream board. But before even taking a training on law of attraction, I have been doing it in a very, very uh, you know uh, haphazard manner, I would say. I was not regular, but
mm,
yes, I was doing it.
mm,
And then when I finally started working again on myself, and so I was just connecting the dots, like where it started. So it
mm,
was kind of a destiny which led me here.
mm, mm, mm.
For example, writing my first book, that was on my dream board for, I think I put it on 2015 or 16, and
Okay.
I wrote my book in 2020. So, I mean, everything, whatever I thought. So, I have this habit of journaling, drawing pictures, putting something, and just putting it and, surrendering to universe. So, that was there with me since I was in college.
Mm, right. Great, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. You follow now. I could hear from you that yes, of course, when we start few things, we are not that regular because we are
Yes.
also carried away by our regular day-to-day activities of profession and work, घर का काम जो भी है. Like in now that you might be doing something like a consistent ritual kind of a thing. Can I know what was that?
So, yeah, I call it a power hour, like, 1 hour undivided attention to the best person in the universe, and that is you. Yeah. And this practice I have been following, as I told, like earlier I was doing like, 3 days a week or 4 days a week, but that is something which I need as a fuel to myself. Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
So there were few practices which I started very early on while I was in college, like, doing yoga, meditation. I did chakra healing, Reiki, everything at the age of 18, 19. But
Oh.
I was very irregular. When I came to IT industry, when I got married, had two kids, there were so many things on my plate that I put myself at the back burner. And that actually led me to do what I'm doing, because I completely lost a track with a person, who I am, right? I completely lost the track about my purpose, about things I wanted to do. And that was a wake up call.
Mm.
And I understood that you cannot make uh, impact, or you cannot make people happy around you if you are not happy. And my happy zone is, working for myself every hour.
Mm.
So, like, uh, I have written it in my second book a practice called Savers. Yeah, which is a ritual I do every single morning,
Mm.
where there are 6 activities which I do. So S stands for silence, which is you can do a 5 to 10 minute quick meditation to connect with yourself. A
Mm.
is for affirmation,
Okay.
right?
Mm.
Whatever I want to see in my day, I just keep affirming about that. I mean,
Mm.
about my goals.
Mm.
B is for visualization. As I told you, I started this practice back in my college, but
Okay.
I'm a very visual kind of a person. Whatever I feel that I want to manifest in my life, I always get a beautiful picture about it. Like, this way, the things will happen. So, that is kind of a visualization which I do every single day.
Mm.
E is for exercise.
Okay.
So, I park myself like 20 to 30 minutes of workout. It could be yoga, Zumba, aerobics, anything, but something to do with your physical body.
Mm.
Because I always feel that motion is emotion. Yeah. Until you move, you cannot generate those kind of emotions, the positive endorphins in your body, right? And R stands for reading,
Mm.
and I'm an avid reader. So
Mm.
I started this practice back in 2015-16, and since that day, I think there would be hardly couple of days in the month where I will not read, but most of the days I have a book, I have a Kindle. So if I'm traveling, I just read few pages. So that is part of my habit. And then S is for, scribbling, that is journaling, which I always like to do. So I just keep writing things, whatever comes to my mind, good or bad.
Mm.
So, like,
Mm.
people who are new to journaling, they feel that what should I write? Start writing your routine, start writing your to-do list, start writing what things you are experiencing in your day, start writing about what bad things you experienced, and then just throw it away. So it's all about being creative with how you can use journaling, which is a very, very important part of this 60 minutes exercise. So I think this sets the tone for the day,
Mm.
and it's like kind of a weapon, and you're prepared, you
Wow.
know
So amazing. So I have few clarity here. One is like you said the overall this savers take 60 minutes, right? It's a 60-minute ritual. You scribble it at a night or how it works?
So, see, earlier I used to do it 1 hour. See, it all depends upon the timing, because, like, see, I'm also a working professional, mother of two kids, and managing my community. So, what I do is, like, as a ritual, if I have to read, say, 30 minutes a day, I
Mm.
would divide it into chunks. Maybe in the morning, I'll just pick up a book, read 2 pages, so that I know, okay, I have read the book. In
Okay.
the afternoon, if like I'm free for some time, I'll just pick up that book and read. Maybe before going to the bed, I'll scroll something, read some blogs. So that covers my reading part. But
Mm.
few things like doing exercise or journaling or meditation, they are pretty much part of the earlier, day, so that you are in that state of mind to get started with your day. But
Mm.
yes, you can shuffle based on your, like, I know people who do exercise in the evenings. So that is also fine, as long as you stick to
Whatever
giving
the
yourself
timing.
this, yeah, 60 minutes or 50 minutes or 40 minutes to start with. It's a good start.
But I also need to ask you this because you are also a Ho'oponopono and a EFT coach, meaning like I'm sure that we all need to practice Ho'oponopono for ourselves first before we start with the other people. So where does the time comes for that also? Because I think like you are a person, awesome in managing everything at the same time. So where do you practice this Ho'oponopono? At what time you do that, and what do you do actually with that?
So, Shashi, I need to tell you this because I have done various modalities. I find that Ho'oponopono is one of the most easiest, fastest, and the most effective technique. And why I tell that easiest, because you can do while walking, you can do while talking, you can do while cooking, you can do while whatever you are doing. So you don't have to specify or take out a specific time for doing this practice. It's all about the chanting the four phrases which you do, which can be done at any point. So my mentor says this very beautifully. It's like WTH, walking, talking, ho'oponopono. Yeah.
Mhm.
So while you are traveling, while you are doing anything, like I use it uh, when I do my office meetings. Like before a meeting, if I feel that, I need to make this meeting go in a certain way, I start doing the Ho'oponopono practice for that. Before a webinar, I want that, okay, I need to, you know, perform in a certain way, or so then I keep these practices at the back of my mind, which, works like now it is part of the subconscious brain. So it keeps happening.
Became like a habit and you
Yeah.
automatically start following. Amazing.
Yes.
Right, right. And I just want to ask you this, just a personal question as well, in fact. Rupali, you know very well, I am a big lover of chai, and I always think like in Japanese, there is a ritual where it's a kind of Zen meditation to have a chai. Meaning
Okay.
it's a time for self-reflection, where they actually in the places where the monks live, they actually used to have chai in a lonely place
Mm-hmm.
rather than being together. And
Okay.
they say this that, I was into this McLaunch and I was into some of the monk places. I was there for 3 4 months. What I heard from them was they take this time of having that chai, not that milk chai, of course, but they have a different kind of herbal tea and all that. But the chai is a time where they actually inculcate some kind of positive vibe in the body through what was the journey all through their life, with some kind of contentment being injected with the
Mm-hmm.
thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, so I felt like, wow, this is a really great experience. And I started, even though I'm not into herbal chai and all that, I started having the milk tea. And I felt like that's a space where we deeply indulge in ourselves
Yes.
subconsciously also. So, started having that. I know you're also a tea lover. So, how do you take that moment and how do you rejoice at those moments of having the chai? And do you do any ritual during those periods is what my question is, because I know many coaches follow different things, so it's just
Yes.
that understanding of what is special.
Thanks, Shashi. I think this is a new concept which you told me about, the Zen thing. So for me, the morning chai is very special, and I like to spend that time with by picking the brains. In the sense, I pick up the books of the great authors. So in one hand I have my tea, in other hand I have my book. So that is how it's like, while sipping the tea, I just pick up the brains, I just pick up the thoughts and the experiences which, the world famous authors have to teach us. So that is a very sacred time of my day, and that's how I do. But yeah, there are times when my family is around, so I just try to chit chat during that time, and because I have a toddler, so if she's around me that time, then obviously she takes the precedence. But
Mm.
yeah, otherwise I like to have a and a tea together in the morning, especially. So yeah, that's the way I do it.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, it's great to know every person have a different kind of thing. But
Mhm.
almost it's like it's a nice chat with you, Rupali, because you were sharing us so many insights in terms of what has made you start this journey and what rituals you follow, which is really great for each one of them watching this particular live session. And thank you so much, Rupali, for your time being here. And it's really amazing time that I have spent, I would say. And thank you so much. I would request come quite often so that we can add some value to the community as well. Of course, every person needs the message of law of attraction and open up no, and they need to understand the value of that, which can be very much heard from an expert like you rather than me telling me that. So thank you so much for your time. And of course, for all the viewers out there, we both have co-authored a book called I Can Coach, which is getting published on 1st of April. Not just we, both of us. Proud to say there are 68 other authors who have written their aspiring stories in that particular book. I would highly suggest go pick that book and start transforming your life. Until then, you take care and we will meet in the next episode. Thank you so much.